Hey there, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another class with Sourajit Das. I'm very happy that you have made it to this video as well. Today, we're going to talk about something very interesting, and I'm hoping that you're going to watch the entire class. Now, as you can see the title on screen already, how does paralysis actually happen? Now, this topic will be a little relevant to students who are above 8 standard, but curiosity is never bad, and you should definitely try to attend the full class. You will get to know a lot more interesting things. We will also talk about this phenomena called as sleep paralysis. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? In sleep paralysis, no, you're awake, but you can't move your body. You just suddenly wake up from sleep, and you can feel your entire body is there, but you cannot move it. And it's really, really scary experience. बहुत ही ज़्यादा scary होता है. If you have ever experienced this, do let us know in the comments and in the chat box as well. Now, before we move on with the topic, I want to let you know what we do here at ODA Class. ODA Class is a very innovative application where not only you get to learn with us, but you also get to experience the subject in an entirely different way. We take care of your maths and science, in which we have physics, chemistry, biology. I'm a biologist, so today I'm going to talk about biology. We also take care of English in case you want to improve yourself in any of these subjects. That is the time we need to go for it. Now, you can definitely try one of our best courses right now, which starts from every Monday. The batch starts from every Monday, and you can be part of a batch which is comprised of many different students from around the entire country. Now, this course is going to be for an entire week. So you will be taking 3 classes of maths and 3 classes of science with us. You will also have a very interesting thing, and that is called as a support teacher, or you can take them as a extra teacher. They will take care of all your needs, doubts, any kind of questions you have in your mind after the class, or you're just confused कि school में project है कि what do I present in that project, or maybe you're looking for a science fair topic. These teachers, they're very experienced and they can definitely give you the best ideas for these kind of platforms. Now, all you have to do to register for this course is go to the link in the description. The link is right here as well. Go click on it and you can register directly in our website. Now, the best part of this is that we have a discount going on right now for the students. So all you have to do is click on the icon and it will take you to your course page. You just have to pay 29 rupees, which is like, cheaper than buying a good dairy milk chocolate, to be honest. So definitely use this opportunity. If you love my class in this YouTube session today, make sure you definitely visit this. Who knows, you might be able to take my class as well in those 1 week classes. Now, you might not know who I am, so let me give you a little idea. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sourajit Das, this guy right here, and I'm a molecular biologist. So I study biology on a molecular level, atoms and molecules, DNA, genes, and all. Now, I used to be a scientist. Now I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for more than 6 years. This is my 7+ year running, actually. And I love biology, and that's why I love teaching biology to all the students. If you do fall in love with the subject and I have some part to play in it, I would be really glad. Now, today, what we are going to discuss is how does paralysis actually happen? Did you know in the entire Indian population, 2.1% of the population is disabled? Some or the other body part of theirs is not working as it's supposed to be. And a lot of those cases are because of our very own friend, paralysis. Now, what happens in case of paralysis? Do you know anything? If you do, in the comment section, let us know. This is people who are joining us live, definitely try to talk in the chat box so that we can get to know your thoughts as well. Now, paralysis has everything to do with your nervous system, of course. Do you know what is nervous system? Nervous system is basically the system that controls your entire body. Every hand movement that I'm doing, every senses that my senses that are working right now to let me experience the environment, all of it is regulated and controlled by our nervous system. Now, when it comes to paralysis, paralysis is basically the inability to make voluntary muscle movement. There, you might get confused with this term, voluntary muscle movement. What does that mean? For example, voluntary means I'm doing it, with my own intention. मेरे अपने मन से मैं कर रहा हूँ. If I'm flexing my biceps, that's a voluntary movement. I'm walking, that's a voluntary movement as well. But my heart, I don't control my heart at all. My heart started beating before I gained consciousness in my mother's womb. And it's been beating ever since in a consistent manner. I don't control it at all. I cannot like, "Ih, band ho jao." Doesn't work that way, isn't it? That is an involuntary movement in your body. There are so many other involuntary movements in your body. Heart is just an example of it. And there are a lot of voluntary movements as well. Voluntary movements allow us to move, allow us to use our body, eat, hunt for food, so much more. Now, paralysis basically means you cannot do it. Maybe you have paralysis somewhere. Let's just take a leg. Now, you cannot use this leg. You'll have to keep on dragging it because the entire part of your leg has no connection with your central nervous system, which is a big problem right here. So one more thing that you need to remember is that in case of paralysis, there will be problem in the signal relay of your nervous system, because your nervous system is more like a wiring, it's a wiring. It runs through your entire body, controls every single muscle that you have in your body, and gives it order. Like, do you relax your hand or flex your hand? Do I want to do this? Everything is regulated by the muscular system, isn't it? So paralysis causes you to not be able to use that. Now, how do we first use our muscles? That's a very important part. You have learned about reflex arc around in ninth standard itself. So, people who are new to this topic, let me give a little bit of beginner on this. Paralysis has everything to do with the reflex arc. What is a reflex arc? Reflex arc is the process through which your body relays information. Okay, it's like a circuit. Okay, it's like a closed neural circuit through which my body, if I'm about to touch something, it's too hot, the signal goes to my brain, and my brain orders my hand muscles to not go there, responding to external stimuli, which you can see it in this as well. Okay, as soon as I tap on my knee, the sensation goes to my brain, immediately it sends a response to my muscles, and my leg just flips out. So that is what is happening in case of this situation. Now, when it comes to a reflex arc, there are three things that are always there. Number one is the sensory neuron. Sensory neuron is usually attached to your sensory organs, your eyes, ear, smell, taste. Everything that you experience is through a sensory organ, and sensory neurons are connected to the sensory organ. Right here, you can see this red dot. For example, here the sensory neuron is connected to my head, and it's taking that entire experience of burning my hand to my spinal cord, taking the information in. The second element in a reflex arc is the relay station. Okay, somebody has to be there who will bridge between the person collecting the information and the other person who's going to carry forward the order based on what they have collected the information. Okay, data collection, interpretation, and then action. So the interpretation part is done by the neurons that are present in your spinal cord. Okay, and these are called as the relay neurons. They just relay the information, that's all they do. The third and the last person that are also very important are the motor neurons. Motor neurons are the neurons that allow us to do most of our voluntary actions in our body. And these motor neurons, after the information has been received, will go directly and carry the information forward to the muscles, front and back, and causing me to take out my hand immediately because, well, I'm burning my hand right now, isn't it? So I know it's been a long time now. I've been burning my hand for like 2 minutes now. So that's how your reflex arc actually controls most of the things that you're going to experience in your daily life, and how do you respond to it. In case of paralysis, what happens is that for some or the other reason, the nerves might be damaged, or there might be a blood clotting, because of which the entire areas, all the nerves, they're not getting any nutrition, so they just shut off, or they died, or some other reason. Most of the time it is because of a interruption in the relay of information. Maybe you're touching something, but the information is not reaching to your relay station, and that's why there is no response to it. Because even if my hand, all my nerves are completely shut off, even if my hand is burning, I will not feel anything. It's burning, but I can't feel anything. That's the same reason why I won't be able to pull out my hand as well. So in case of paralysis, the reflex arc is broken, the entire wiring is broken, because of which you're completely disconnected from the central nervous system. Do you know your brain and spinal cord makes the central nervous system? In here, spinal cord is very important. So if the information never reaches spinal cord, you're stuck. That part of your body will not be able to move or do any kind of thing. Now, paralysis doesn't get cured, by the way. As you can see, this dog is, limping, and then suddenly he just stands up and he's like, oh, boss life. But it doesn't happen that way. The beginning part that you see with this dog, that is how paralysis feels like. There have been very rare cases where the person suddenly regains their ability to use the process, but it's very rare, very rare. Most of the time, you will completely be disconnected from that central nervous system, and whichever organ you have that is disconnected, they won't be able to do any kind of voluntary action. Sometimes paralysis can happen in your face as well. One of the most interesting one is the Bell's palsy, in which some part of your facial muscles they just lose any connection with your brain, because of which you might be able to move half of your face, whereas rest of your face will just fall flat. You cannot do anything about it. And this is just one of those cases. In case of sleep paralysis, on the other hand, that's the interesting part. In case of sleep paralysis, it's a type of temporary paralysis. What actually happens is you suddenly wake up from a very, very deep sleep, and some part of your brain is aware and understands everything that is happening, but rest of the part, your backbone and everything, they are all still processing the information. They have not woken up to the situation, because of which no matter how much information is trying to reach to your central nervous system, it doesn't, and nobody responds to it. So you're awake, wide awake, lying on the bed, and your body is just heavy. That's how your sleep paralysis takes place. It's a temporary paralysis. So I hope now you're clear about how paralysis takes place. To learn more about all these things, definitely join us here at ODA Class. We take care of millions of students every year. You can join for our 1 week course where you will have wonderful amount of studying to do. We give you excellent support, not only through multiple teachers and multiple topics. We also let you have books and PDFs, test papers, and homework in the app itself, which is a complete package for anything that you can want. I will give you something else also that you really haven't thought about it. Just go to the link and enroll, and you can definitely earn more rewards by studying with us. We give rewards for everything. We have a concept of giving kind of like a cryptocurrency for ODA app, which is called ODA coins. You can take coins for answering questions, doing assignments, everything, even attending classes. So make sure that you go to the link and try to enroll yourself immediately and enjoy the upcoming Monday batch. You cannot enter this batch right now because it has already started. So come join us for the Monday batch. I'm hoping to see you soon. Thank you very much for taking the class with me today. Now you know a lot about paralysis. I'll come back with more interesting topic in the upcoming sessions. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.